That was an uncomfortable path you just walked down.
Yeah, that isn't even the spanking part.
Welcome to Let's Rewatch, the show where we like to watch movies we loved in our youth and see if they're actually still any good. I'm Nick.
I'm Bret.
I'm Sam.
I'm Ash.
Am I in this?
That's Bryce.
Bryce, you sound annoyed today.
I don't know.
You have to talk into the mic.
Only if I want to be in the podcast. No. Sorry.
So this...
Off to a great start. This is stellar podcasting, guys.
So this time around, we are hesitatingly approaching a movie called The Substitute. This is a movie that Bret has brought to the table because this represents a family tradition for you, Bret.
Yeah. It was like an accidental family tradition every year for
Aren't
like
they all?
5 or 6 consecutive years. This movie just happened to be what we put in the VCR, picking at random from the pile of VHS tapes on Thanksgiving. And as a child, I just remember like, this was the thing. This is the movie that's on at Thanksgiving, The Substitute. And by gosh, that's all I remember. Well, not all I remember, but I want to know if it was good or super, super, super racist. And that's why I'm bringing it to the party today.
Do you want to know or do you already know? Because I feel like you already know.
I
and you
don't.
just want to see our reactions.
Yeah, I torture you with beverages. Now you're torturing me
That
with
occurred to
movies.
me. Let's Drink is all about you inflicting drinks on people.
Yeah.
So I guess Bret is inflicting. So it occurred to me as I was doing the little intro, we watch movies that we loved in our youth. Is this that?
Yeah.
Did you love this in your youth?
So I can draw...
Because right now, let me tell you right now, because if it's racist, you're gonna have a problem answering this question.
No, this is... I can draw the line of as a youngster, Thanksgiving was and still is my favorite holiday. And it wasn't directly because of this movie, definitely not. But because this movie is tied in with my favorite holiday, I do have positive memories of it, but I don't know.
So what you're saying is this movie is as good as cranberry sauce. In which case, fuck you.
I was going to say, like, well, some people like cranberry sauce.
I suppose. Although, we haven't watched this movie yet.
Maybe.
We
But
seem to be coming down on it pretty hard.
well, I was for like 10 minutes ago, I was coming down on it not hard at all. And then the three of us are sitting here and I turn to Bryce and I say, I've never seen this movie. And he says, I've never seen this movie. And Nick says, I've never seen it either. So I say, all right, let me pull up the trailer. And oh my God.
So
didn't
Nick, you
know.
watched the trailer?
I know.
No.
Okay.
No, I actually had my headphones on hunting for this thing I'm trying to find.
I'm glad you didn't watch it because I'm sure there's no real spoilers in the trailer.
I didn't even get the whole way through. I just watched like 30 seconds of it.
Yeah.
I imagine it being like, what's the one with, all right, I'm going to ask several questions to get to this. She played Catwoman. Her name is?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
She was in a movie where she was like, there's the inner city school and the kids are all bad. And she's the teacher who turns the school around.
I mean, haven't we seen this story multiple times? Like, isn't there another one like that too?
There's probably some like that.
There's
And I don't even
several.
know if that's what this movie is, but that's what I see in my mind.
It's in
Yeah.
it's a plot line that goes in and out of the award cycle. Troubled youth, teacher comes in to help. This movie is a lot like that, except not at all like that.
okay.
Interesting. Okay.
right.
That's all I got from what I saw of the trailer.
Yeah.
Well, there was a little more, but I just assumed that she was exaggerating. But maybe not. I don't know. Basically, should I say it? Have you seen this movie?
Wait, The Substitute?
Yeah.
No, I haven't even seen the
Yeah,
trailer.
I think this is just me bringing
So
a
it's
new
just
movie to
you.
the group.
I literally only know the title at this point in time.
Okay, I won't say anything then. I have a feeling it has a dark twist. But
Okay.
I'm scared. I'm scared for this.
I don't know.
So
The
let's-
last movie Bret subjected me to was Training Day, and I pretty much despised it.
Training
so,
Day's a good movie.
Oh my
I
God.
love Training Day.
Ugh.
I've
In
never seen
fact,
it.
Tom Berenger was in Training Day.
So you'll love this movie.
Great.
Oh, I freaking love Training Day. That's fantastic. So let's put this movie in a little bit of context. It was directed by Robert Mandel.
Wow.
Yes, who I was surprised to find was the director of Independence Day.
Oh.
No, the Independence Day from 1983. Not the Independence Day.
Oh.
Clearly not the Independence Day. Yeah, I was looking at his list. I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, some completely other movie called Independence Day.
Is that like the historical Independence Day?
No, it's like I didn't read too close. I think it's like small town farmer or something, whatever. I didn't go that deep with it.
Cows claim independence
Yeah.
from farmers.
But he also directed FX, Big Shots, and School Ties.
Oh, FX, the whole network?
No. But I think that gives you kind of an idea of the sort of filmmaker we're dealing with.
I've heard of none of those.
Yeah. So, no, it doesn't.
But there are some good actors in this. I mean, I think we were dogging a little bit on Tom Berenger being like the guy who nobody really knows who he is.
Yeah. Who is that?
But he's not like, clearly he's not that recognizable, but he's been in some really good stuff. I know you guys have heard me talk about Eddie and the Cruisers and how much I love that. But he was in some more recognizable stuff. He was in Platoon. He was in Major League. I think Major League is probably the thing that he's known most for. Everybody's just kind of nodding because they don't watch baseball movies.
I've seen that
Baseball.
movie, but that's the only words I can say about it. I don't remember it.
I don't remember that movie. And I don't know if I've ever seen it. But I love baseball, so
Major League was pretty popular at its time. What's the Charlie Sheen baseball movie that made fun of it?
The Angels in the outfield? Or
no, Charlie Sheen's not in that.
I am drawing some
I really
serious
don't know
blanks
my
here.
baseball movies.
But yeah, I think, like there was Hot Shots that made fun of Top Gun, and I think there was another one that made fun
Oh.
of Major League.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to have to look this up because I might be way off base. But yeah.
That's the name of the movie, Off Base.
Off Base. And Tom Berenger was also in Training Day, but I don't even remember what he was.
I think he was the old guy, but not that you would. That's not a clue enough.
Well, he was also the old guy in Inception, if that helps. The old guy.
The old guy.
But
Weren't there quite a few old guys?
a few older folks in there. William Forsythe is in this, which is another one of those guys who's not terribly recognizable, but I really dig William Forsythe as being like the slimy bad guy.
Wow. That's an amazing last name for someone who's a slimy bad guy, too.
Yeah, it kind of fits. But he was fantastic in Raising Arizona, one of the brothers that broke out of prison. He was John Goodman's brother.
Interesting.
Wait,
Um,
I don't remember that part of Raising Arizona.
The other bad guy, right? Yeah.
I remember that from the other Coen Brothers movie,
Where
the
people
old
break out of prison.
timiness.
So today is
Brother.
Friday,
you're thinking
listeners.
of, oh, brother, where
thank
art thou?
you.
Everyone has just complete brain fry today. No one
Yeah,
can think of a
it's been
single
rough.
damn thing.
No, he wasn't the guy on the motorcycle in Raising Arizona. It was the two brothers who broke out of prison who came to live with them in their trailer and ended up claiming the baby for themselves. Nobody remembers this.
It's
But-
been a really long time since I've seen that movie.
But he was also in Dick Tracy as Flat Top, and he was in The Rock. I think he was one of the federal agent guys. So not terribly recognizable, but when you see a slimy blonde guy in this movie, that's who I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Is he going to be like visibly
Just
slimy?
Covered in lube, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen him in, he looks pretty slimy.
Oh, shit, the pizza. Guys, can you get it?
Pause for pizza.
Pause for pizza.
So we've got two guys in this movie who are kind of like fairly interesting that guys. But then the third person who I think is interesting, I think is might be the king of the that guys. Luis Guzman is in this movie.
What?
Who's that?
What?
He's one of those that guys. You know Luis
You need
Guzman.
to pronounce it like they do on Community. Luis
Guzman.
Guzman.
Yeah.
His mom.
He was in Boogie Nights. You'll definitely recognize him from Boogie Nights. He was in
Because I've seen Boogie Nights. We've had this discussion. I've never seen Boogie Nights.
You have seen Boogie Nights without audio at Nick's party.
It was weird.
Out of context, it was a strange movie to watch at a party.
Yes, we've talked about that in the podcast. That was not.
But
the best
hey,
choice.
it was very memorable, and we are still talking about it. So I'll give you that.
Who's the guy? Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to ask that question. That's a fucking rabbit hole. Luis, I was trying to think of like how Ash would know Luis Guzman. There's like two like Latino dudes that were in movies in the 90s that weren't Danny Trejo. And
I think I know who he is.
Luis
now.
Guzman is the fatter one.
Yeah, you'll definitely recognize him. And I'm looking at the few movies that I picked out that I don't know that Ash has seen. Carlito's Way, The Hard Way, Count of Monte Cristo.
I love The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh yeah, that version was fantastic. The one with Jim Caviezel and Luis Guzman was Jacopo.
Yeah. We should watch it.
I would love to go back to that. I really enjoyed that.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I looked him up.
He's like king of the that guys.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I was looking at him on IMDb. He was actually in an episode of Sequest playing a character called General Guzmano.
Wait, Alexa.
Why?
Are you playing Luis Guzman music?
No, damn. Alexa. Stop.
Alexa, you dumb bitch.
Don't you dare cut this out of the podcast. Oh, yeah. He was in an episode of Sequest, and he played a character called General Guzmano,
Oh, wow.
which seems incredibly lazy to have Luis Guzman play General Guzmano.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
You look like a Guzman.
And also, apparently, Ernie Hudson is in this. So at least we'll see one friendly face.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't quite know what to expect. Like, I've definitely heard of this movie, and it never really seemed like something I would be interested in watching. So, I don't know if this is going to be good.
Out of the videotape VHS options, Bret, that this was mixed in with, what were your other options? Do you remember?
So there was a just a random pile of like action movie rated R whatever. I don't even know if this one's got to be rated R. So I don't know what else was in
R
there.
for
I know we had
racist.
like a copy of Pulp Fiction, and we had a ton
So
of
good friendly family films.
a ton of Arnold movies
And Terminator, right?
I am really afraid this is going to be a bad movie, and I don't want it to be.
I'm imagining this Thanksgiving where you're sweeping aside Pulp Fiction, no. Terminator,
Yeah.
no. Like, these amazing movies.
This
No,
is
no,
the
no.
This is the
Let's
one
go
you
with
chose.
this.
The Substitute. Can we look up what was the VHS cover for The Substitute? Because that had to be.
Are there boobs on
wh-
it? Because
when you
God
find
damn
it-
it, Bret.
Tell me whether he has patches on his elbows or not. Because in my mind, he's wearing a brown corduroy jacket with patches on the elbows.
It's this
like,
one.
Like teachers.
He just looks all serious and is like a teacher with a gun on the desk.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you can't
It's
see his
heavy.
elbows.
That looks boring. Why'd you pick this one?
So here's
That's a long gun.
Yeah. Is that a silencer?
Well, Behringer.
my
Didn't know it'd be so
only
long.
hope is that I think so far I have 100% likes on the movies I've brought to the podcast, and
Here it comes.
Wait, what does that mean? You have 100% likes.
oh,
Like
like
every movie
everybody
you
everybody liked
suggested.
them.
Everybody meaning the five of us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So and there
I didn't know we were keeping score.
I just noticed
It's just a dig at me for picking Legend.
But it's I picked movies that might suck. Like Total Recall could have been bad. It really it had that potential.
You took risks.
And Legend was a terrible piece of filmmaking, but I enjoyed watching it.
I want to go back and tally up score now.
I know.
God damn it, Bret.
I didn't
Look
mean to
what
do
you've
that.
done.
I didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
Well, maybe Nick will finally listen to the podcast.
I'm always the first one to listen to the podcast. I just thought I forgot today was release day.
Anyway.
So what are you expecting, Ash?
I originally was expecting an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie and was deeply disturbed to discover that he's not in this film.
I'm so sorry.
I don't know why I thought that. For some reason, I was just under that impression. I had zero impression of this movie because I'd never heard of it nor seen it. And just from watching the trailer, I'm not expecting good things. Definitely not great. I don't know, though. It seems like the movie could have a twist that could be interesting. So I guess we'll see.
From what you described to me of what you saw of the trailer, you didn't see much of what the movie
what actually happens.
is. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Michelle Pfeiffer pulled out a gun.
No.
So what do you expect, Sam?
Oh my God. Well, if I hated Training Day, I'm probably going to hate this. And I'm probably going to hate everything that you guys like about it. And yeah, I don't know. I'm scared.
This is dark.
Yeah.
Sam wants to hate this.
I don't want to hate it.
I see it in your eyes.
You do not. No.
I really hope that you love it.
Oh my God. And it's like super racist and I somehow don't see it. I'm like, it was great.
Yeah.
Or worse, it's like, that was super racist, but dang, that was a good movie.
I mean, when you preface the movie with, it's probably really racist, like, what are we supposed to expect, Bret? Are we supposed to be like, no, I think you're wrong. Nobody's ever made a racist movie before.
But racist in the sense that it's going to be like stereotyping, right?
No.
No. Oh, no.
I can't say it without spoilers. But
Bret, what does this say about your family?
I'll open the second half with my summary of the movie, and then you can agree or disagree.
Okay.
I mean, couldn't you say Breakfast at Tiffany's was racist but still good?
Why was it racist?
Because
the
of
racist
the Mickey Rooney character.
Mickey Rooney,
The
Yeah.
Chinese character that Mickey Rooney played.
Oh, but
Yeah.
he's like for 5 seconds, right? He's not in the film that long.
Look at you defending racism.
He's only
No.
really racist for a little bit of time.
Ash, he put the bait and you took it. Just
I know.
Don't.
I love Breakfast at Tiffany's the book, so I have a hard time like distinguishing the difference between the film and the book. 'Cause
Ooh.
the book is like way better. So
I have a question about this in filmmaking. So, Gone with the Wind is like one of the best movies of all times, right?
I've never seen it.
I did not enjoy it.
Okay.
It's on list.
so it's,
So no.
it's on the list, AFI list. It's in the top 10 or whatever.
Isn't that movie like so long?
It's okay. That's not the point of the question. The point of the question is like the main characters are all fighting for the Confederates. So they're racist and they want to keep slavery.
Right.
But
Why is it okay? I'm confused.
because the main characters are racist, but the movie itself doesn't offend living people.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of like, that's an interesting point because, like, with Breakfast at Tiffany's, it was the filmmaker's choice that made that film racist, but the script itself isn't racist. Right. It's the fact that Mickey
Interesting.
Rooney,
Yeah, they were like,
played that character.
let's take this character that could have been totally fine and make
Yeah.
him super, super racist. And then
Which is why I was like, what? It's not right. And then I was like, oh, I forgot that was Mickey Rooney. But, like, you know, the character itself isn't, if it was right. Am I right? It's
like-
been a long time since I've seen
I like
it.
what you're saying, and by your logic, and not a lot of people would be on board with this, but in the
Wait, here we go. Down the rabbit hole.
in the A-Team, when Hannibal dresses up as a Chinese guy as a disguise, that is racist
Yes.
by your logic.
cultures are not costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably racist. I haven't seen that, but I'm going to guess yes.
I just want to say my problem with Gone with the Wind is it's got this intermission in the end. So
in the end, not in the middle.
Sorry.
Okay,
There's an intermission
really
in the middle.
confused.
And I felt like I watched the movie and then the movie was over and they forgot to turn off the cameras.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
Like
that.
everything after the intermission, I'm like, wasn't the movie already done? Like the story was complete and over and it kept going for some reason.
It's two
really
movies.
How I
Oh
felt
yeah.
about Wicked, where it just kept going. And I was like, I thought this was. I was done. I
Thought
was
we were
ready
done.
to leave.
You guys didn't turn off the cameras.
People wanted to like. People's lives were really boring when Gone with the Wind came out. And so they're like, we're not done with this. Like, it's got to be twice as long or people are just going to go back home and be sad.
Well, because it was the 30s and they liked longer movies. The same is true in India with Bollywood films. They feel like if they're under 3 hours, you're getting gypped in the
And
theater.
they're still long.
Yeah,
You can't
it's
say
crazy.
chip, that's
is
racist.
God damn it.
Oh, full circle
I'm
racism.
sorry. I don't
I think-
know.
I think that's all of us then, except for Bryce. We'll see if Bryce says anything.
So what are you expecting, Bryce? You've got an opportunity to knock this one out of the park right now.
Choose your words wisely. So, I mean, I really liked the sketch when Key and Peele did it, but I'm having a hard time imagining them stretching it out for a full movie.
Okay. So we're going to rewatch Song of the South. I mean, The Substitute.
Oh man.
Bret bought that from the flea market a couple months ago, by the way.
Kind of.
Why?
I'm really interested in seeing it.
Me too.
I kind of
Can I
am
just be
too.
edited out of this one?
We're going to rewatch The Substitute. It is available on Amazon Streaming, iTunes, and Google Play. And if for some reason you want to watch The Substitute, go ahead and pause the podcast, watch it, and join us when we're done. This podcast, the worst movie. This podcast will run for 100 years. That was the worst movie we ever have or ever will watch on this podcast if it runs for 100 years. That was the worst movie we ever have or ever will watch on this podcast if it runs for 100 years.
Wow.
Wow, that's quite the assessment.
Nick, I've got worse movies
Yeah,
for you.
I strongly disagree.
And we will not watch them. If there's anything as a possible candidate for anything that comes close to or worse than this movie, we will not watch it.
See, I might be the outlier here because it was better than I thought it was going to be.
I agree.
No, I totally agree. I thought it was going to be way worse. I mean, it's not great. It's not great, but
All right. So
my assessment is that it's the dumbest fucking movie and nothing makes sense.
nothing
but
makes
it was
sense.
very fun to watch.
I
Yeah.
would like to propose making a new category of films called Dude Flicks. And this is a dude flick where it's like, story doesn't matter, guns, pew, 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 muscles, drugs.
here's why you're so right about that. Because in the end, when he hit Ernie Hudson in the face and he dropped dead, Bryce and I both knew that what had happened is he had pushed his nose bone into his brain.
I knew this as well.
Ash did not know that. Do you know why? Because Ash was never a 15-year-old boy. We knew that maneuver because 15-year-old boys know that maneuver.
Well, okay, hold on. Hold up.
It's a 15-year-old boy movie.
But in my defense, his nose looks perfectly normal.
You
like,
do not have to defend yourself.
That's
You-
like the
you
nose
hold
thing
no
is
shame,
like from
no-
a movie.
If you don't know that maneuver, you should hold no shame. You should not know that.
No, I do know that maneuver.
Okay.
I do. I took
I don't
martial
remember.
arts. Like
I thought he broke his neck, so
yeah, I thought that he like hit him so hard that he hit his head on the thing or something. His nose looked totally normal, and they did the like slow-mo freeze frame on him long enough for me to see his face. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's
So,
the
yeah.
substitute, guys.
So I
Well.
want to volunteer this. I think you could take this movie, you don't have to change a word of the script. You don't have to change the staging, the lighting, or anything. You don't even have to change any other actor at all. All you need to do is swap Tom Berenger for Adam Sandler, and this becomes an entirely different movie.
Oh my
and it
God.
might be fun as shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how different that movie would be.
No,
honestly.
Everything would
get it.
play as an Adam Sandler movie.
It would. I
and
get
it would
it.
be on
Was
par with
so
The Wedding
awkward.
Singer.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I see it.
I really worry about you, Bret. That this was the movie you grew up on every single year. There's tits, there's guns, there's awkward sex scenes.
The tits part, I remember every time there was Bret, hands over your eyes, and then they would fast forward through it.
Wow.
I've never wanted to cut away from a sex scene so bad.
Because the boob.
No, not the strip joint. The Tom Berenger in his purple Hulk shorts.
Right.
Like
No, but
rubbing his lips all over her face.
It was so gross.
It was
so
the
gross.
best. That was like one of my favorite parts. It was so good.
the fact that your family was like, don't look at the boobs, but go ahead and look at them shooting tons of people and rolling around in cocaine. That part's okay.
So,
It's-
did you notice that he was driving the car he crashed after?
Oh, you're right. It was. Did you notice that she broke initially the other leg than the one that the cast was on?
Did she?
Yes.
Did you notice in the scene where he shot open the briefcase that he shot it open and then it cut and it was fine and he flipped the locks
closed it
open?
again? Yeah.
Did you notice that the guy, the Hispanic guy with the man bun on the team
Man bun.
was
Yeah, that's what we
basically
called him.
wearing the same shirt that Tom Berenger was wearing, but with the sleeves ripped off?
Yes.
Well,
Or did you notice that when Man Bun was using the spyglass, his perspective was exactly the same as it was when they cut to him without using the spyglass?
they could only
Did you
afford one
notice
lens.
that he was using the binoculars sideways and only looking through one eyepiece of the binoculars?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that is not how you binocular.
Did you notice how the mercenaries looked like they went on a panini date? They all got little panini. It's a
That's
me.
so you could identify
Panini
which
work.
ones were bad.
Oh, the
By
ones
their
who were
bad
bad had
face
slept on a
makeup.
panini maker?
Yeah,
Did you notice what the fuck was happening
in this movie.
with
time.
William Forsythe? Like, what was like
Which one was he again?
with the glasses and the slimy blonde hair and like
Oh.
suddenly he's a traitor, but then he's not a traitor. He was just having giggles.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Like,
Because remember, he hit him in the nuts earlier, and then he was like, ah ha ha, now you get to be beat up.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I think when you're a mercenary, you get your kicks in strange ways, or literally, you get your kicks.
Or you get your kicks from a tall Native American, because that's how it happened in this film.
so I know that I actually mentioned the A-Team in the beginning, but I couldn't help watching this. This movie was the A-Team.
This
Oh,
movie
yeah.
was the B team.
Yes. Like, there was somebody in need. They hired a team of mercenaries to come in, and the mercenaries solved a problem that mercenaries should never be involved with.
Yeah.
And they had a
Naturally.
fucking insane guy on the team.
The movie ends, and I'm like, he's like, don't worry, we made the school a better place. And I'm like, did you? There's cocaine everywhere. You've like destroyed the school. It's,
Yeah.
like,
They shot bazookas. They lit a grenade off on the roof.
Yeah.
There's two exploded men on the roof.
Yeah, that was a weird solve for that problem. When Luis Guzman was shot and laying there and the other guy rolls up on him, I'm just
Why-
going to blow us both up with a grenade.
why was he not wearing a bulletproof vest? I don't understand. Why?
He's Luis Guzman. He just didn't think it was going to happen to him.
He just didn't.
And when I think team of like super mercenaries, I don't know that I put Luis Guzman on that team.
I know.
I said that in the opening shot when they were all running into the water, and I'm like, one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I want him on my Merc team. He's pretty badass.
Well, sure.
So so Berenger threw 3 people out of the upstairs window.
Yes.
I think it was 4.
No, finish your thought, Brett.
And there were no repercussions or injuries. Like nothing. They never talk about it again.
Because I thought you were going to point out, Brett, the thing that Ash was kind of saying. He threw 3 dudes out the window, but 4 dudes were on the ground. I didn't notice that. Yeah, like the main leader of that gang never got thrown out the window, but when he looks out the window, he's down there with those guys.
Yeah, he's like downstairs already.
But also, you're right. They were fine when they hit the ground.
I totally thought him and that librarian were like going to make out too.
Yes, we said that. We're like,
Yeah, she's like, fuck it. And,
Yeah,
and
we're
then
like-
they like smile at each other.
I know.
And then like an unknown amount of time later, he comes downstairs.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
something happened, guys.
yeah.
I just like how this movie progressed. Like, every now and then, Ernie Hudson would walk out of his office, see Tom Berenger, be surprised that he's
Freak out.
not dead, and go back in the office.
It's like a Groundhog's Day. Like the groundhog comes out of his office, and if he sees Tom Berenger, then there's 10 more minutes of the movie.
He just
So-
wouldn't die.
Interesting little phenomenon here. After the movie's over, we're just kind of flipping through movie trailers on the Apple TV, and we just kind of stumbled across the movie I was trying to think of. Remember I
The
was saying
movie that was making fun of.
there's a movie that Charlie Sheen was in that made fun of Major League. Turns out that movie is Major League.
It just is that movie.
It's the same movie. Tom Berenger and Charlie Sheen are in a baseball movie. I thought they were making fun of itself.
But no.
It's the nexus of the universe. It's like the corner of first and first.
That's fantastic.
I had lots of things prepared to say, and then the end of the movie happened, and somehow I feel like they're all not relevant anymore.
It just kept going. It wouldn't stop.
Okay, but like, definitely not racism free, but like,
Sure.
Not as bad as I thought it would be.
so much less racist than I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah.
Not as bad.
Given the whole like white savior, like I'm a mercenary and I'm going to come into the school and teach those inner city kids a lesson. Like that could have been really bad.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is that one teacher just called him out on being the white savior.
yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is the one character in the movie that's making sense. And then he very quickly stopped making sense.
Like calling it out makes it okay that you're doing it.
Well,
You know?
I just like that a character was calling out the fact that, all right, this thing that we're doing in this movie is kind of bullshit. But then everything spiraled anyway. Like, if you have an issue with the white savior thing in this movie, then you're just choosing one random piece of insanity in an insanity stew.
Oh, what about it being a high school full of 30-year-olds?
Yeah.
It's like none of these kids
And
are even close to their teens.
They didn't even try.
I understand that there are dangerous inner city schools, and maybe I'm being real ignorant here, but this seemed really cartoonish. Like, I can't
Yeah.
imagine that there's a school that bad.
Maybe in Detroit? I don't know.
Well,
Maybe, I
okay,
don't-
there's not a school that bad where even like the janitors and the security guards are in on the principal's drug
Yeah.
scheme.
That we know of.
But I think that was the point of their whole like heartwarming, the one scene where he like befriends the class was like, oh yeah, I guess they're all normal kids and it's just that one asshole in the back and his friends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like they went out of their way to make the rest of the kids not bad.
Yeah.
Like they devoted a lot of boring time to that.
Yeah. There was a lot of that.
And did you notice?
Did you notice?
There were metal detectors at the doors of the school so nobody could bring a gun in. But Tom Berenger was loading up his bulletproof vest
Oh my
and
God,
gun
you're
in a
right.
classroom.
You're
yeah,
so
but you
right.
notice how after hours there was nobody there checking. Because that's when he almost got shot, was when they ran in and nobody was checking the whatever
But I
metal
think
detectors.
he didn't leave.
Like
I
he
think
went
that
out
was
to
the
the
same
car
day,
and-
though.
You guys want to go real make sense theories? The gang with the guns and the principal were working together, those metal detectors weren't on.
Well, no, because the gang ran through it and the metal detectors went off.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
You're saying it's security theater?
He
like
brought him in
airports
on
after
another
9/11?
day because
Yeah, there's security guys who actually were
Yeah.
with guns attacking in the library. Like, the security guys are in on it.
Yeah, at first I was like, those security guys are doing a shitty job catching them. And then they catch up and they've got guns. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see. Same team. So how shitty do you think, because I don't even know her name, but broken leg lady, how shitty do you think she'd feel to like find out like, oh, hey, honey, I've actually been teaching your class and been doing like a way better job than you, even though that's your profession. Like,
yeah.
Right?
how shitty would that make you feel? Instead, she's just like, yeah, I know the feeling. You felt like you were teaching them. It's like, wait, no, I think I'd be pissed.
Yeah, totally. But because of their incredible lack of chemistry,
I know.
that scene came off as super sarcastic. And he was like, it almost felt like, and she's like maybe you were teaching them. And like,
And pause for a moment, take out Berenger, put in Adam Sandler, and you got yourself a scene.
Oh, it's so good, Nick. I want to see that movie.
Yeah, I would watch that movie.
you would watch this again with Adam Sandler?
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Netflix, hook it up.
But they'd have to do even more like ridiculous shit that didn't make any sense. Like even more like the
Dude,
cast.
they have like a fucking fight in like mountains of cocaine.
Yeah. How were they not high as fuck? How?
See, I'm not even proposing they reshoot anything. I'm saying just like
Just
digitally composite
insert-
Adam Sandler's performance into this movie.
Oh my god. Bryce?
I'm your new teacher.
We have the technology.
Is Bryce about to say something?
Bryce, you can do it. No, he's distancing himself.
I think it feels like they went out of their way to make every single one of the fight scenes and shooting scenes and every second of this film as awkward as possible. Like the rope climb fight.
Oh my god. That was
And
the best.
The guy on the ground trying to pull the two ropes together so the other guy could kick him.
Right? Or the whatever sport that was.
Highlight.
Oh my god, yes.
They have
Yeah,
a
and-
scene with a highlight court.
And he actually hit him with the ball.
And he looked like it hurt. He was like, oh, ow.
I was saying how he's
like the weeniest, like, ugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's like, if you watch this movie, he's actually like the worst mercenary. He like winces when he gets hit by the ball. He wears like, he stashes the gun in full plain sight of all those guys in the library. And then like, what was he expecting? Of course he's going to go for the gun. Like, what if he shot him in the head? The movie would have been over.
Yeah.
Or like through clever framing, we didn't see his full exposed body on the bookshelf on the bottom shelf.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just like you should have died there.
Yeah.
Like
It's that movie logic.
Yeah.
You know, if cars get into an accident, they explode. If you shoot a person with a bulletproof vest, you don't shoot them in the head.
Yeah.
For some reason. It's just movie logic. Like in a movie, bulletproof vest means you're impervious to bullets 100%.
yeah.
They have an invisible force field around your
Yeah.
head.
Can I just say, side note, that's something that really bothers me about the, what is it? Wonder Woman? Is it the new Wonder Woman trailer?
Sure. There's
She
Yes.
like, I haven't even seen the trailer. I've just seen like a gif of this one part, but she blocks a bullet with her armband thing. And she's like looking at her arm and not the bullet. And I'm like, this makes no sense. How can you block a thing that you're not even looking at?
That's like her power though.
Well, did you notice at the end they Tom Berenger is standing next to one of his Merc pals. They shoot that guy and Tom Berenger catches the bullet with the stock of his gun.
yes.
Oh.
No, I missed that. What?
He's
Just
like
like
there's a
what,
sniper in the tree and he sees the dot and then you hear the
Oh.
gunshot and he picks the gun up and like blocks the bullet.
Yeah, I
like
did.
Wonder Woman blocking a bullet with her armband.
Yeah. Movie logic.
Dude flick.
Yeah. You know, I think you're right because this falls in the category of Die Hard for me. It felt very Die Hardy.
Don't
No.
you dare.
This wanted to be Lethal Weapon so fucking bad.
It wanted
I
to
don't
be
know.
A-Team.
I saw more Die Hard in it than because it's like just this. I think the reason why I felt Die Hard is because it's like the idea. I'm not saying that it's as good as Die Hard, so calm down, Nick. I'm saying that it just reminds me of it because Die Hard is like the whole premise is there's this big shootout at this like weird location, this Christmas party in this office building. And this felt the same, like they were trying to do the same thing. Like, let's have a shootout at a school where it's a weird location.
In the list of action movies that we've watched as a group, I could see how you would think it's Die Hard. But this is really a lot more into like the Steven Seagal era of just ridiculous single man taking on an army action.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely
we should
got
add some
the
Steven Seagal movies
Yeah.
to the list.
Thus the like shurikens and shit.
Oh my God, he picked up a handful of shurikens out of a barrel of shurikens. In his house, he had a barrel of shurikens.
Like he's like, I'll only need this many.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a 15-year-old boy movie.
Yeah.
When I'm a grown up, I'm gonna be a mercenary. I have a barrel of shurikens, and I'm gonna punch a guy so hard his nose bone goes into his brain.
Okay, wait, guys.
I'm gonna take over the whole school, and I'm gonna shoot the bullies.
Not dude flick, dick flick.
Dick flick. It's
Yeah.
so good.
It's so.
I think that means something different in Ireland.
That's right. It's like, wait, that came out, and I suddenly recognize it as something weird and sexual. Why?
Do you guys have a subscription to Dick Flicks?
Oh my God. Wait, this could be $1 million idea, guys.
Oh no!
All right, Ash, we'll brainstorm tomorrow.
Yeah. Dick flick. I like it, Sam. I'm on board. I like it.
It's so stupid. It's so good. Okay.
I want you to make me a promise right here and now.
Oh, no.
When you start making Dick Flicks, you will not call Tom Berenger.
No, that's just creepy. We want to make good dick flicks.
Yeah, we do.
Oh man, I really want to do this now. Just make a movie making fun of dick flicks, but name it Dick Flicks.
Wait, just so I'm clear,
We're not talking about porn. Don't worry. You know,
I feel like Blinken in Robin. Question.
yeah. You know, this may have been the worst movie ever, but I think it's been the best podcast we've had in a while.
It's not the worst movie ever. It is the worst movie we've watched for this podcast.
Really? Because I think, what was the horrible one with the shitty little robots?
Batteries not included.
Batteries not included was
I hated
awful.
that one. I had a lot more fun watching this than I
so
did
much better
with
than
batteries
this.
not included.
I fell asleep during Batteries Not Included, and I caught myself not once, not twice, but 3 times, like literally biting my nails. I'm like, this is stupid. I can't believe that I'm actually like worried about what's gonna happen.
I wanted to come back on this half of the show and like talk about all of the things that were wrong in like an intelligent way, but just like partway through the movie, it was just like, but everything's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping and looking forward to coming back and saying how great the movie was, like being really surprised by how fantastic it was. That did not happen.
No, it was terrible, but I enjoyed it for some reason.
This is a movie I never want to watch again by myself.
Yeah.
True.
Oh,
true.
yeah.
But the group dynamic, it just added a little something magical.
Totally.
So,
Like
Bryce,
the magic of his lips.
when Bryce was searching,
Caressing that cast.
God, those weird James Wood lips.
Oh my God, and the shorts.
Okay.
The Hulk pants,
Yeah,
right?
he was wearing the shorts that the Hulk is wearing when he hulks out.
And he
Well, he
wore
was
them all the way
holding
up to his belly button.
And then she
too.
was like wearing a nice dress, and he's just like, "You look at me, I'm wearing the Hulk shorts."
He like slithered up her like a little.
Don't say that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Tom Berenger, no.
I'm pretty sure Tom Berenger speaks parcel tongue.
She got.
Want to see my he who must not be named?
This is the.
So when we were
This is
searching
our
for the
first dick
movie,
flick.
Bryce stumbled across The Substitute 2,
Oh my God, there's a second one. I forgot.
which has a rating of
0.
0%.
Yes.
What?
Like,
How does it have 0?
Nobody liked it. Not even a little bit.
I kind of really, really want to watch that movie.
This one had like a rating in like the 70s.
It was the 40s where we saw it.
Where'd you look?
The iTunes store.
Oh, it's Rotten Tomatoes has this at like 70.
Rotten Tomatoes. Wait, did you look at the audience score?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Before I seriously committed us to this, I wanted to make sure it wasn't a 0.
I was entertained. I was definitely entertained.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I really hate to say it, but I was also entertained.
Wow.
Brett's dying because I wanted to hate this so bad. And Brett said that as soon as he started the movie. He's like, "You want to hate this?" I'm like, "Shut up. No, I don't." And I liked watching it. I wouldn't say I liked the movie, but it was actually kind of fun to watch.
Nick, are you the only one that actually hated this?
I think you all hate
I mean, it's a bad movie.
It's a bad
Let's
movie.
It
not-
is.
It's bad, but it was.
But it's like, it's good bad.
yeah.
and ugly.
Yeah, was that
So ugly.
It's
Was that just,
not good bad. I
like-
wouldn't go that far.
everybody in the movie is like pretty ugly except for Man Bun. Like everyone is just hideous. I don't know. Sorry, Gooseman.
So, okay, I just a fun fact. The guy that played the evil student that got shot to death,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is that the singer Mark Anthony?
Mark Anthony, and
It's the singer?
Wait,
Is it the
And-
singer?
I don't know if they're the same person or not
we have to find out.
because I've literally never listened to that music.
Yeah, we saw the name, but I didn't know if it was the same.
Oh, it is.
It's the singer.
I see him older. Yeah, there he is with J-Lo.
What?
Yeah, okay.
I can't
Oh.
believe that's the singer. That
Wow.
is so weird.
That was probably meant to be his big acting debut
Yeah,
to
and it
launch his acting
didn't.
career.
Didn't happen.
Yeah. How old was he when it came out?
So that
You said
this-
30, right?
No, I was just guessing.
What does it say? He was 1968, and this was 96. He was like 28.
Almost. Damn.
Okay.
He looked good
So-
for 28. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was his sixth movie, guys.
His first one was East Side Story.
Oh, no.
But then Carlito's Way,
Oh.
and then some other ones I don't know, and then this one, and then nothing of note. He was in Man on Fire.
Really?
So what'd you guys think of this movie? Did it live up to your expectations?
I know why this was a movie we watched.
Because you've made us, you fucking moron.
No,
Nick
not
is so
not
mad.
we as in this group, my family.
Oh.
Because
I mean, well,
It's not all about you, Nick. But next time we have like a bet for something, having Nick watch this movie again has to be the thing that's up for the bet. That's the stakes
you
for
understand
you.
it's
No,
not
the
it's not
second
like
one.
incarceration for a crime. It's simply a bet I would not take.
no, but I was thinking like watching this, I'm like, I don't know if I would have like looked for this movie because it doesn't meet any of my standards for a movie I would normally enjoy.
Or anyone's.
Yeah, except my dad loves this shit.
Oh, man.
Any kind of cornball action nonsense. And this is the definition of cornball action.
Yeah.
So he's all into Steven Seagal.
I don't know if the Seagal stuff, but we definitely had a bunch of Arnold movies and
My
anything
dad's into
cheese
Seagal.
bad. Your dad's a Seagal guy?
Seagal. Yeah. Did you hear how Steven Seagal is like a Russian citizen now? Apparently he's like bros with Vladimir Putin.
Weird.
Yeah. Anyway, the more you know.
They work out together.
Yeah.
Fight bears together.
Teach me your ways, Seagal.
All right.
What about you,
Overall, terrible movie. Pretty racist. Kind of sexist.
I don't know that I don't think it was very racist.
Brett was right. It was racist in terms of stereotypes, I think.
Yeah.
And like
The white savior thing is kind of
And
like
the
the
white
sticking
savior.
point. Like,
yeah.
and they handled the rest of it as well as they could have.
Yeah. But all that aside, and the plot was terrible and everything, but for some stupid, unknown reason, I actually enjoyed watching it, and I don't understand, and I feel slightly guilty about that.
Welcome to the Bret enjoyment zone.
Oh gosh, it's happened.
I don't know why I enjoy most of the things. I
I'm
enjoy.
so scared for like the longer that we're married, we're just gonna like morph into the same person. It's gonna be horrible.
The day you wake up with a beard, Sam.
Oh God,
That's when we'll know. You okay over there?
What I want to see, and this might be lost on the audience. Our audience doesn't really know Zach, although Zach was a guest on a few episodes.
Oh my gosh.
So-
yeah.
But I don't know if they've got a full impression of his personality. But I just want to see his reaction to this movie.
oh,
Zach
we
hates all things. We need
missed
to drag him into
opportunity.
this.
We missed that opportunity.
He hates
so
all
bad.
things except apparently Frozen.
He likes musicals.
Yeah, he does like musicals.
He's the anti-Ash.
Yeah. So,
It's pretty rough.
pretty hard pass for you, huh?
Pretty rough.
That's it.
It's pretty rough. It seemed like a fever dream. Like it started to approach a coherence and fell apart, you know?
Yeah.
It's like somebody like the whole movie is defined to me by
He's gold blooming. He's gold blooming.
when that whole thing where William Forsythe is like a traitor, but then he's not a traitor. He was just having giggles. Like
Giggles.
like he's just goofing on Tom Berenger by letting the bad guy kick his ass. Like somebody thought about these ideas and like this would be cool, but this person was like in the hospital for pneumonia when they were drawing these story connections. Like I kind of understand where you're going with this, but it's not a coherent thought.
You thought you could, but
Yeah, they didn't stop to think if they should.
I mean, from the plot to just scene by
the
scene,
knot.
shot by shot, nothing was coherent in this film.
yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
It was honestly that was one of the funniest movies I've seen in a while.
This is what I'm saying.
It's
Put Adam Sandler in there,
yeah.
and it's the next
Hilarious.
Netflix hit. It's
Yeah, it was pretty weird. Pretty weird. I would love to just sit people down without any explanation and watch them watch this film. I think that would be fun.
here's the thing that I have the most difficult time grasping. You know, There's people in political elections and they're like, I can't comprehend why this person would ever vote for this candidate. I can't understand the mindset behind why anybody would vote for this person. And I'm imagining a scenario where somebody handed a screenplay called The Substitute to Tom Berenger. Tom Berenger sat down and read this screenplay and he said, yes. Like what has to happen in somebody's brain for them to say yes to that screenplay?
Money?
Okay, yeah.
It couldn't have been a lot.
No.
It probably didn't have to be. Berenger was hungry.
Yeah.
He was so hungry and so cold.
It's so obvious that he's trying to, be the next Steven Seagal. That
There's 2 or 3 substitute movies. There's 3 sniper movies. So
there's 3 There's 3. I thought you said there was 2.
We
There's
saw
3.
2. I have to double check. I don't know if there's a third. I definitely saw 3 sniper movies. I didn't see them, but I saw them listed.
I wanna find Substitute 2.
The substitute for the substitute.
We'll have to have a Substitute 2 party.
Does he just is he just walking? He's like, I'm the substitute. I'm a little sick. I'm going to leave. And then does he come back in another disguise and he's like, I'm the substitute for the substitute? How does this movie play out?
They'll just have another weird jogging montage where
Yeah.
they play some fucking weird ass music and then she'll be like, oh, my other kneecap. And then that's all it'll be.
I'm telling you, watch the film. He hits her in the right kneecap. She falls down, clutching her right knee, and then for the rest of the film has a cast on her left leg. It makes no sense.
Yeah, weird.
All right. Here's what doesn't make sense. There are not 2, not 3.
Oh no.
Oh,
There are 4 substitute movies.
Oh.
What?
And ladies and gentlemen, here's where things get weird. Tom Berenger is not in the other 3 movies.
What?
It seems that he has been replaced by Treat Williams.
Huh.
Who's that?
You'll recognize him. He's, I would say, Berenger level.
Oh man, The Substitute 2. School's
Oh,
out.
my God.
What else was he in?
Is he the same? He's not the same character.
Well, no, he's the substitute for the substitute. That's why Tom Berenger is in.
Oh my God.
Substitute.
The poster is the same as the poster for the first movie.
Yes. You didn't know
It's
that.
the same poster.
Yes.
You're fucking up all your Google.
Google's going to
searches
be
right
like,
now.
so you're interested in the
The
substitute?
substitute.
So you're really into Treat
Would you
Williams,
like
huh?
to see the other one?
It is the same poster.
Oh, my God.
The Substitute 3. Winter Takes All. A Winner Takes All. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Winner.
Winter would have been
Winter
great.
takes all. Yeah.
Which has an even worse cover.
And there's one that doesn't even have a number. It's just called The Substitute. Failure is not an option. The Substitute. Go fuck yourself. The end.
Substitute 5.
You got to use the line from the movie, The Substitute. Fuck it.
Oh man.
Did you notice that Ernie Hudson has this wooden paddle in his office?
Oh my God,
ready
yes.
to be punched in half to illustrate a point to whoever might ask him about his gold watch.
Yo, but he said that he only gets one of those a year.
Exactly.
And he uses it every year. So he broke that shit. That game's over anyway.
The first time I saw it, I was like, why do you have this spank paddle hanging on your wall? This is so weird. But then it got even weirder.
That's how he takes his cocaine.
Yeah,
He cuts it on.
on the paddle.
And he was like, I can punch this wood in half. And then Tom Berenger was like, well, I can Lebowski a kid in the head with a soda can. Like,
That was pretty awesome, though.
All right, we're done
Bryce
with
back?
this podcast.
Yeah, Bryce.
Bryce,
here,
what
Bryce.
did you think of The Substitute?
Oh no, he has cookie in his mouth. Hold, please.
Come on, Bryce.
He's chewing.
I mean, it was better than I thought it was going to be. I went in with such low expectations. I was really not looking forward to this. I like Ash said, I laughed. I had fun. It made absolutely no sense. It was ridiculous. But I think we've watched worse things on this podcast. We've definitely watched things that I wanted to not be in the room much more passionately for than this one. I found myself enjoying this one. So I'm not saying it's a good movie,
Yeah.
but it was enjoyable.
Don't worry, Nick. We'll watch that Tickle movie.
I need Tom Berenger's head on a pike.
Doing
I'm
duck
gonna
face.
have like 5 minutes of outtakes of you just saying shitty things about this movie.
I hope you know your hatred of this movie only makes us happier.
Yeah, it makes it more enjoyable.
Flames on the side of my face.
If you like the show, this is part of the Laugh Stash TV network of content. We have this podcast and a YouTube channel where
Yeah.
there's video game parodies and a drinking show and a cooking show and other things.
Yeah, so please check us out on YouTube, and that's our channel name is Laugh-Stash TV. You can also follow us on Twitter at Laugh-Stash TV, and you can follow this podcast at Let's Rewatch. And please send us tweets about movies that you'd suggest. Somebody just recently suggested The Karate Kid, which yes, so much yes. And hopefully Nick will feel better about that one. Nobody guessed. By the way, I always tweet a picture of the movie we're watching, and nobody guessed this one. Nobody knew that this was The Substitute. I tweeted the horrible jogging picture too, but oh well, nobody got it. Next time,
Nobody got
guys.
it.
That's
Next time.
probably your win, listeners.
I know.
Good
It
job.
probably means y'all have better taste in music. I mean, movies, music too, but you know. But yeah, and also feel free to email us, and we're letsrewatch@gmail.com if you have other stuff you want to say.
Yeah, if you have stuff you'd like to say about our podcast, good or bad, preferably good, wink, please review us on either iTunes or Stitcher.
Or if you have other dick flick
Or
movie
Google Play,
plots,
damn it.
or Google Play, yeah. But if you have other dick flick movie plots you want to send our way, please.
Yep. Please not the porn
No
titles.
porn. No porn.
All right, so we'll be doing this every 2 weeks, and we guarantee that every single movie that we watch from here into infinity will be better than the one we watched this week. So make sure
That's
your
a strong
subscriptions
guarantee.
are up to date, and join us in another 2 weeks for Let's Rewatch.
Yeah, all right. Next time, we're going to be watching Avenging Disco Godfather.
Thank
Wow.
God.